Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back. Well, I always say welcome back. What about the new people, Nabila? Welcome to my channel, you guys. Welcome. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nabila Melisha, and tonight I'm going to work again on this beautiful wedding gown. Today is day 4. You see, when I do videos, I can cut those things out. Now we're live. Anyways, guys, tonight is day 9. Hold on. Today is day 4. I don't know what I just said. Today is day 4. Yes, Miss Always Working. Say that. Thank you for the heart. Hi, y'all. So we're back, right? To continue, this is what we did over the past 3 days, 3 nights, really. Okay, my timer's going off. I just set a new timer. Last night, I did some details on the back. And I cannot wait for tomorrow because I ordered some beads from Amazon and they're gonna be here tomorrow. But we started with these silver ones. They're basically clear and the center of it is silver. If it can only focus. Because I want to do some sparkles, some more eye-catching pieces to it because like these beads, like in person, you can't really tell on camera, but in person I can really spot the beads. Like I can see right here, where else? Hold on. Right there. Like in person you can really see them, especially close up, but I want when you're not as close and personal to still pick up on some beads and sparkles and be like, oh my goodness, this dress is 10 out of 10. She's giving, she's fierce, she's fabulous. You know what I mean? I want to give all of that. So that's my reason for, you know, wanting to purchase more of these sparkly ones. And hopefully they're really giving that because as you know, I cannot really fully tell what they're gonna look like from the pictures online. However, we're just praying for the best. I think right here I'm gonna do a sparkle, and the sparkly ones that I'm using right now are from this one. This is basically like graphite, gold, and then some kind of transparent gray, and then the transparent with the silver that I'm using right now. Hi Bianca, how are you? Thank you, Mr. Rip Van Winkle. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, that's where we at with it. I had my needle threaded from last night. How are y'all doing today? How has today been for you guys? It's been unexpectedly kind of busy on my end. I actually wanted to come here today at maybe 4 p.m. so that, you know, I catch you guys early, because when I catch you guys late, you know, most of y'all are having to be up early in the morning and, you know, not really available, and sometimes someone here tired and still pushing through. So I was like, let's catch them all early when we're all fresh, you know, in the middle of the day. However, life had other plans. God has other plans for me today. So I'm still here late, however, not as late as the past few days, you know? Very cold over here. Yes, very cold over here too. Where are you at? I'm in Georgia. And I ordered these Uggs couple weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, and then a week later I got them, but I was advised to get a size down. So basically online, in the reviews, a lot of people were saying basically downsize because, you know, those were kind of like bigger, like the actual shoe came out bigger, you know, in their regular size. So that's what a lot of people were saying. And then I have a friend who has the same exact size as me, size 6 that is. And I asked her, what do you think, should I go down on a size 5? And she was like, yeah, she recently tried her friend's Uggs in a size 5 and they were perfect. So she was like, yeah, you should try it. But then when I tried it, the size 5 was actually too small. And so I ended up returning them and then reordered a size 6, and they finally came in today. And I wanted them by yesterday, which is the original delivery date, but because inclement weather over here in Georgia, they delivered them today, which is still on time because I don't know if next week is also gonna snow again, you know? So lately we've been having a lot of minus degrees, like it's been between -2 and -10 at night, Celsius that is. Yes, we had snow here in Georgia, which is rare. So the people be acting like they don't know how to, you know, they don't know how to act with the snow over here. Which, you know, when I would go to school back in 2017, we had days of snow too, and it was like a lot, and it was just fun, and I did my mini photo shoot. But now I'm like, I'm not used to this. Y'all can have this, you know? Like in Amsterdam, it snows, but I haven't lived in Amsterdam in over 9 years now. So for me, it's like, just give me the tropical weather again, okay? Okay, so you're in New York City. Hi, Aryan. I cannot understand your writing, unfortunately, but I do appreciate you leaving me a comment. You want to see the size 6 shoes? Okay, hold on. We're here for the dress, but I'm gonna get up and get them real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. These are the boots. Oh, thank God I closed that up. Okay, these are the boots. They're kind of like, the color is hickory, and these are a little bit more brown, but I ordered my mom the exact same boot, and hers were more like a olive rather than the brown. But this is the details, and it's waterproof, which I had no idea. So the bottom says weather rated to -20 Celsius, waterproof features, real fur from lamb. Fur has been artificially dyed and treated. Fur origin Australia. Product made in Vietnam. Femp and heel outer lining and sock lining 60% wool, 40% lyocell. Lining backing 100% recycled polyester. So this is it. I like them. I wish it was more of a chocolate, kind of like this, but more chocolatey. I like the different colors and shades in it. That's why I wanted it. But I wanted it to be a little more chocolate than green. However, like when I got my mom's, I got hers back in December. So I gave it to her for Christmas. And the idea that I would buy myself one and, you know, match with her. But I didn't want to buy both of them at the same time because I wasn't going to be here for a whole month anyway, so I waited. But then it started snowing and I was like, I need to hurry up and get it right now. So yeah, I thought it was going to be more brown. And then when I gave it to my mom, I saw how olive hers was. And then the pair that I got that was a size 5, that one was really olive too. But this one is a little bit more towards brown, so I like it. I'm really happy. Yes, I need some sun. Yes, definitely, and I need the beach urgently. Wow, they're so cute. Thank you. I like them too. They are cute. How do you do, Jalen? Yes, they came in. I'm excited, and they look so warm. Hi, Huddy. So yeah, and they fit perfectly. These are, you could tell, like, this is actually my size. Now this part right here is far wider than my actual calves are, but when I look at the model, hers were not tight. So I'm thinking it's just supposed to be like not really an oversized look, but definitely like a looser fit around your calves, which, I can get with that. It's not a bad thing at all. I like them though. They're cute. Like, the more I look at them, the more they kind of grow on me. You know? Ooh. And whenever I have a picture in them, I'll definitely post it to my community. But I really like them. They're super cute and they're comfortable. They're obviously warm because, it's fur. But they're super, super amazing. I love them. Yeah, super stylish. I like for all my things to be stylish so that even when I'm running an errand, you know what I mean? I'm not, I still look cute running errands. Nom, 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 nom. Thinking, where was I at? Okay, I see where I was at. Yeah. So I am excited to wear them. Now I'm like, okay, bring it on, Snow. Bring it on, Georgia. Yeah. Yes, a designer has to look good at all times. Literally. And I also feel like when you look good, you feel good. And, I personally am so much more productive when I look good. Like, even when I'm at home, just working on stuff, when I dress up, I'm like, let's take it on. I'm knocking project out after project, you know what I mean? When I used to have exams in high school, I would literally dress up and go to my exams in heels. Because I was like, baby, I'm going to look good, I'm going to feel good, and I'm going to do very well on these exams, okay? What made you move to the South other than one of those big fashion cities? So, my whole story of moving was actually very spontaneous, if I'm honest. And I remember I was searching for schools in Amsterdam, and I was too late to attend the fashion school in, the city. So I started to kind of go outside of the city, and then the school that I was attending, they didn't accept me, and they instead recommended that I do like a program for a year, and it would be like a foundation, basically teaching fine arts classes, right? And I was so devastated, but I decided to just do it because it would sharpen my skills anyway in a different form. And I thought that once you complete the whole year of those fine art classes, that automatically now I'm accepted into the fashion program, and that was not the case. Okay, so my timer went off. I need to go check on my food, but I'm gonna finish my story real quick. So then the guy, my professor at the time, he was like basically saying how I'm still not skilled enough for the fashion program, but he saw how bad I wanted it, and so he was like, your portfolio is very timid, but I see how bad you want it, and so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, I'm not going to a fashion school to already fully know everything that I'm supposed to study. That's why I'm going to school, to learn. For y'all teachers who know everything, to teach me. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, your portfolio is not good enough, so we're not gonna accept you. So why how can I build a portfolio coming straight out of high school into a school that's supposed to teach me the foundation of the, you know, fashion industry and more, right? So I was confused at that. And I just felt like him saying, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, didn't sit well with me. I was like, either you're gonna take me or you're not gonna take me, but don't tell me I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, because it was like, if it wasn't for me wanting it so bad, you know what I mean, you wouldn't give it to me. And I feel like this is not something that should be like that. And so I was looking for a different school. Jalen says, teacher sounds like a jerk. I felt like he was very racist, I'm not gonna lie. And that was also another reason for me to say, you know what, no. And then I started looking for a different school that was the best one really in Europe, I think. No, not that one yet. So I went to a different school. It was about like an hour away by train. And like our trains are like the fast trains, right? Not like a metro. So it was really far, basically, like almost a hour and a half. And I had to pay 50 euros, which is maybe like $55, for them to refuel my portfolio. And I'm thinking, because you pay for it, you have like more of a fair chance. And refueling my portfolio, I feel like should be free, but okay, you know what I mean? So I paid for it, went there, and it took me almost 2 hours to get there, because that day was just a really heavy day of snow and all the trains were delayed because of it. So I got there and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not missing it. You know what I mean? Like, I was stressing out. And I had like a really huge, and I'm talking about this too in my fashion fields, Jalen, but I had a really huge map. It was kind of like a size A2 folder, right? It was like really big, really tall. And I had like different paintings in there. I had different projects that I had been working on at the other school that I was, you know, going for like a year. So basically, I took so much with me, because the other school said, hey, your portfolio is very timid. So this time I'm like, I'm gonna bring it all. Like, everything that I have, I'm gonna bring it all. And when I got there, like, apparently, you know, a lot of people were late because of the whole delay with the train, so I didn't miss it. And I got there and I pulled out these folders, and it was this one teacher with 3 students that were basically the judges. And they were sitting at a table, and they were like, oh, you could just open up your folder and put everything on the table. And typically when you're looking at paintings, you either have them on the wall and you look directly at them, or you have them on the floor and you look down onto them, right? And he was just like, oh, you could just put it right here on the table. And they're sitting like how I'm sitting, and I have the paintings laid out. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna grab them and like hold them up so that they can look at it, right? And he was like, oh, no, 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 you could just leave them right here. And he was just like, okay, I've seen it all. And I was like, wait, I have a whole suitcase full of other projects that I could show. And he was like, no, no, I've seen it all. And I'm like, what? And so I was devastated, because I'm like, how can you make a decision and tell me that I'm not accepted, and you haven't even seen half of what I have? You know what I mean? So then I'm like processing what's happening, and I just cannot process. And then one of the students, judges, he was like, it seems like all black people, and I'm walking away further and further so I can't really hear what he says. And like, in that moment, I was just like shutting down. So I'm like, what in the world are you saying about all black people? And then you're being racist, plus I paid and it's non-refundable. Like, I was so hurt and I was so upset, and I just had no idea what to do. And that day, like, I had asked my friend to come with me, but because of the whole delay, her train was late. So she was like, just go ahead and I'll meet you there. So right when I basically am coming out, we're kind of meeting. And I was so sad. I was so devastated. I was like, oh my God, like I'm not understanding. And at this point, God had told me himself, like, go to my fashion design school, you know? So I'm like, God, how are you saying to me that you want me to go to the school and all of them are saying negative things about me and not accepting me? You know what I mean? But I didn't really get an answer in that moment. I just had to like keep going. And so my friend, she was like, you know, you just like forget about them, like screw them, just like you're saying. And she's like, let's just bring all your stuff home and just go shopping. And I'm like, girl, I don't need to be shopping, like I don't need to spend no money right now. And she was like, just come, like. And she was like my shopping buddy anyway. Like we would always go to the city and shop, and like we had completely different styles, but we knew each other's styles so well. And so she's like, let's just go shopping and forget about it. Just, you know, have a good day, regardless. Mind you, it's in the snow. So we go to my house, we drop off my stuff, and we went to the store. And I remember we went to Zara, and there was this one sleeveless jacket. It was kind of like a vest, but it's really thick and heavy. And it has like a diamond shaped design like all over it, right? And I still have it and I still wear it. Like I don't wear it often because of how heavy it is, but it's so cool. I still have it, and that is kind of like, she was like, oh, this is so nice, try it on. I was like, girl, this is like, at that time it was like $50 good. I was like, girl, I don't know, I don't need to spend no 50 plus on this right now, like I'm not spending nothing. And she was like, look at me, you gotta get this, it is so amazing, you don't know if they'll have it the next time you come back. And she's like, let this be a little memory and a little cheer up thing, you know, for this. And I was like, all right, cool. And I got it, and I was like, thank you so much for pushing me to get it, because you know it was a great investment. I still have it and I still love it. And after that whole experience, I went to church. It was like a Bible study at night, Friday night, and I was talking to a different friend, and I was telling her the whole situation. And I said to her, I'm gonna go see if I can find a school in Belgium. And I'm like, Belgium is really not my vibe. Like at that time, I was like, I need something more lively, more city. You know what I mean? Like a bigger city. And so I was like, I don't know if I want to do Belgium for real, but it's looking like, you know, the best option. And I was thinking of going to Karl Lagerfeld School at the time, and I was like, that would be so exciting. And my friend was like, why don't you go to America? And I was like, yeah, why not? Literally just like that. And then 2 seconds later, like reality hit me, and I was like, but I don't know any schools there. And then she told me about a school here in Georgia that her friend was in, but her friend was in the Savannah location. And I went to the website and immediately fell in love with it. And I was just like, yep, that's it. But then I was like, maybe I should go to New York. But then I was like, no, New York is a bigger city. You know, it's more saturated. I'm sure there's so many people wanting to pursue fashion over there. Let me go to a smaller city where I know that I can really get all of the attention that I need and really like build my life that way. And if I decide to move, you know, when I feel more comfortable and more secure within my crafts. Because at this point, like everybody's like, oh, you're not good enough, you're too timid, you know what I mean? So at that point I was like, let me not shoot all the way for the stars, because moving to a completely different country, barely speaking English at that time, you know, I was like, maybe I need to at least, you know, speak the language, be more comfortable with my portfolio, and then I'll just go to New York if I want to. But I have been, you know, stuck in Georgia because I'm like, I became, you know, like a woman over here in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, I learned so much, grew so much, developed so much, you know, built a whole community here. So, at some point, I was like, okay, I want to move to New York. But shortly after the pandemic hit, and I was glad that I didn't make that move, you know what I mean? So for now, like I'm not saying that I would never move there, but for now I feel like Georgia is where I can go home, away from home. And You know, I visited New York like 3 times. And the third time I felt overwhelmed. I don't know what it was about that third time. I was just like, ooh, it's too many people, it's too crowded, it smells bad, you know? It was just a whole bunch happening all at once, which also made me feel like I'm in a good place right now. So that's my whole story of how I ended up here in Georgia over any other city, you know? And like at some point I ended up moving to Fort Lauderdale, and I went to the Art Institute over there because I had like a whole bunch of challenges. Like I didn't get the scholarships that I applied for, so things ended up being really, really rough for me. So I spent like a quarter in Florida, and I was like, oh, Georgia's really the place I want to be. Like when I first moved, I was like, I love Florida, you know what I mean? But I just felt so much attraction to Georgia that I was like, I want to go back. But I was like, let me just stay here for as long as possible and get my degree, and then we can always move back. But then the school that I was in wasn't accredited, and so I ended up moving back to Georgia like after this spring quarter ended, literally over a 2 weeks after I found out that it wasn't accredited. And thank God I already had a ticket, because I was supposed to visit a friend at a time, and it was supposed to be, I had a return flight, and I basically moved on that flight and just never looked back since. That's wow, those are the roadblocks you do come up against on the road to greatness. Glad to kept pushing. Glad you kept pushing. Yes, thank you so much. It was a lot. And you know, in those moments, like you're not really thinking about, oh my goodness, like, you know, it's kind of like, this is heavy, this is hard, like am I supposed to do this? And it's like, I don't want to move back home because I made such a big step, you know, and it felt like moving back is like a setback, you know. And I was like, I can't give up, I have to figure it out somehow, like some way or another, you know. So it was really, really a challenge. But now I'm like, it's almost 5 years since I got my degree, and I'm like, how, what? And I've done so many amazing things, worked with so many amazing people, you know. Do you now? How often do you visit Amsterdam, if you don't mind me asking? No, I don't mind at all. I typically would go like every year, and I would go to both Suriname and Amsterdam. And there's times where I would do both in 1 year, or I would do Amsterdam like twice a year and stuff. But since COVID hit, I haven't been home, to be honest with you. And instead my mom has been visiting me, which I also love because it gives her a good sense of like, you know, traveling, because when she's home she just works, and visiting me gives her a good break where she can go shopping and do all fun stuff. And like I get to enjoy my mom in a different way, you know what I mean? Like now it's like we're friends versus her being just my mommy. So it's a cool thing. And then we get to travel. Like most of the time she comes to Georgia, and 1 year we went to Tennessee together. And then this past time she came in December, so basically last December 2024. And then we went to Florida, and another year she came by and we went to Florida too that time. But it was kind of like, I think we stayed only for a weekend that time, if I'm not mistaken, or like 5 days. And this time we really stayed there the entire time that she was here. So we stayed in Florida for a good 2.5 weeks this past time. And so I took her on this mini trip to Miami, and we stayed like in Aventura. So it was really fun. Yes, God is so good. He really kept me through, because if it wasn't for him, I have no idea where I would be, to be honest. So good. Like he really worked everything out. Every time I was worried, he just showed me like you don't have anything to worry about, you know. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna go check on my food. Okay, I took it out of the oven and I slick burnt them a little bit. If I had waited one more time, it wouldn't be edible, but it's still good. Okay, let's continue here. So yeah, that was a whole journey, you know, but one that I'm really grateful for. And I always recommend people, like, if you can afford to live abroad somewhere and do something different, you know, do it, because you will definitely grow, mature, experience things in a different intensity than when you live at home. You know what I mean? Like, I know everything that I experienced here, I wouldn't have experienced in the same capacity as if I was still living at home. So that is really my favorite part about the journey. But had God or anybody told me beforehand, like, you're gonna go through this and you're gonna do this and this is gonna happen, I would have been like, hell no. You can find another strong soldier on the team, okay? But now that I have gone through it and looking back, I'm like, yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. It was painful at some points, you know what I mean? But it was definitely worth it. And people always say it's not about the destination, it's really about the journey, right? It makes you stronger to what's to come. Yeah, all of it is preparation for the next level. It really is. For sure. And the biggest thing I have learned is to not give up. Because there's some days where I was like, you know what? Let me just pack my bag again and go home. But pushing through and persevering through all the challenges and, you know, sticking close to God, praying, all of that helps. Yep, true. You are an inspiration one day. You should write a book. You know what? I started writing a book and I just haven't completed it. But I hear a lot of people say you should write a book, so maybe I should pick up the pen again and just, you know. continue writing, which is why I wanted to do my fashion fuse. And I mean, that part of the story I have shared. I just hope that one day that part blows up and more people can actually read about or hear about my testimony. But book form would definitely be great too. Where is, oh, it's right here. I'll be ready when that time comes, and all I ask is for your autograph. Oh, that would be so amazing. Thank you. That would be so, so nice. So yeah, one day. I'm gonna pull this light a little bit closer to me. Right here. Another thing I really learned is like, gotta be patient. Everything will work out when it's supposed to work out, you know, because often we kind of like rush the process and we're like, oh, I want it now. And there's often like, when, God, when? Like, I see everybody around me doing the things, you know what I mean? But you can't look at what people around you are doing because you don't know how long it took them to get to that point, you know? So it's like your time will come when it's time for you to do the things, you know, when you're really ready to have the things. Yeah. You should also start a podcast. You are very wise. Thank you. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. I think, I don't know if Fashion Fuse would be like both, like a podcast and a show kind of thing. I really want it to be a show, you know? Maybe that's something that I really want to pick back up this year. I'm not sure when this year though, because besides it being like all me, it's also an investment, you know? Because like for every show, I purchase a gift for the people, purchase snacks, champagne, Because I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big. But I'll see how things work out this year and when I can really commit to it. Because like, if I even do 5 recordings, right, 5 people, and just post that, that's already great enough. And then the next season we do another 5. But you never know, maybe I can also have somebody to do my editing for me, and that way it'll really be me just showing up and doing it without putting all the extra work in. I'll see how it goes. My needle is so bent. It's like hard to bend it back because it'll move along. Ow. Do you wear scarves with your outfits? Yes, I do. I love me a good scarf. I like the really thin feminine scarves. You know, those are more like during spring. But I love the really big scarves that are kind of like a blanket, and I just throw them over my shoulder, kind of like just at the front, and then they hang, or I kind of move it so one side is shorter, and then I fling this back over my shoulder like that. Yes, love it. I love to get those from I used to get them sometimes from Target, but most of them I get from H&M or Walmart. Walmart has really good ones. Yeah, I like H&M too. Um, one of my favorite stores. And I used to love Zara, but lately I feel like um, it's more of a miss with Zara. At least when you shop online. When you shop in store, it's like, okay, you know what they have, you can feel it, you can decide if you want it. But shopping online is kind of like, it looks so great in the pictures, but then the quality isn't the same. You know what I mean? But H&M I feel like has better quality and is budget friendly and also a little more eco-friendly, if that's important to you. But Zara, I feel like it's really fast fashion, but it's really giving it. Like Zara is really the company that kind of started fast fashion, but they definitely fell off. I haven't really shopped at Uniqlo before, but one of my close friends, she used to work there, and I remember going to the one. She worked in the one in New York, so I remember I would just go to the store there and meet her when I visited New York. But Zara definitely fell off. The quality fell off. The styles sometimes, you know. And then also I saw a video of them working with this person who's a witch, and I was like, and she was kind of showing her practices, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. So yeah. So lately H&M has really been the only place I shop, and here and there like Macy's. I really like hi Richmond, good night. I like Banana Republic too, but a lot of their clothes are really high up there, so I don't shop there like that. But once I get you know, to my desired bracket, I definitely would, because they really have my style. Mango is really nice too. Overseas I used to shop there a lot. Here I haven't shopped there much. I only got like purses from them lately, but I love Mango. Do you keep up with Fashion Week and Met Gala? Not as much as I used to, if I'm honest. Not as much, because sometimes I'm just like unaware of when it's happening, and I'm like missing it. And then there was also a time where I was like, I don't want to have them distort my view on fashion. Like, I want to create my own things and have my own creativity going. You know what I mean? But this year I'm going to like really look into them more. I used to always want to be part of Met Gala. Now I don't know too much about what's really happening, you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. So I haven't really looked into it lately like that, but um, I always love the videos when people are kind of like rating who is really on point with the theme, and who is like, what the heck are you wearing. Like, those videos are always so funny to me, so I always look at those. And one time for my birthday I did like a Met Gala theme, like a royals kind of thing. You have lovely fingers, thank you. Get Banana Republic's nice but pricey. Yes, definitely. There was another store that falls with Gap. I like Old Navy too though, which is Gap really. Let me check this message real quick. Um, mm, Can't go wrong with Old Navy. Plus they have, yes, they always have deals going on, especially when you have a card. And I do have a card. Buy them. You know what? Somebody told me that I have piano fingers. I'm trying to grow my nails back out. When I was younger, they will all be this length. And over the past years, they have been really brittle. And this one is actually cracking on the side, but I'm still trying to hold on for dear life to see how long it can get before it really breaks. And I'm just wanting to get my nails stronger on their own. But thank you for saying that I have lovely fingers. Okay. I had to do a little bit of work right there. Right there, right there. I forgot to hit the toggle, but that's okay. I'm wanting to track how much time I spent on this dress, you know? Have you tried the cucumber lime Gatorade? It's real good. I had no idea they have that. To be honest with you, I am drinking this for the first time in years. And I like the cherry flavor. The red one is good too. I think that's the fruit punch. I can't really remember what the blue one tastes like. The yellow one is cool. Lately I've had the yellow one, like a couple sips, and then I bought this white one. But lately I've just only been drinking water because I think 2 years ago I had a really bad thing where I bought a drink. It was kind of like a sweet tea, but like a blueberry flavored tea from a grocery store. And until like I was almost halfway done with the bottle. It was like a big bottle, right? Until I was like more than halfway done with it, I was pouring some, and mind you, like when I had it first, I got nauseous, but I thought maybe it was like too much sweetness from the food that I ate. Like I had a cinnamon roll, which I have that roll in particular pretty often, so I'm like, I don't know why I would be nauseous from this roll. And I had something else. I'm like, I don't know what it would be, but you know, I didn't think about the drink. So it's really, really nauseous. And then when I was pouring some, after like I finished like more than half, there was this like white, this clear whitish blob that came falling like mold. And I was so disgusted. And I was like, this is why I got sick. So after having that experience, like for a long time, for over a year, I couldn't drink anything that was bottled, you know? And still, I'm very careful with bottled drinks. Because the crazy part was that that bottle was clear. You could literally see the drink in the bottle, right? But the moldy part was also clear, so you can't notice it through the bottle. Like, it wasn't until it fell into my cup that I saw it, and I was so disgusted. you know. So after that, when I go to restaurants, I only ask for freshly squeezed juices, or I just stick with water, you know. And I try to make my own drinks. Like I make ginger beer, which is like a Surinamese drink. And for a long time, all I would drink was my ginger beer, hot tea, and water. I only drink water and sparkling water occasionally. Yeah, that's really good. And like I used to buy the packs of like coconut water, and even that I stopped getting. For one, it doesn't taste the same as like a fresh coconut, but also a couple days ago actually I saw on Instagram a video that a lot of this coconut, like the cocoa fita brand in particular, have been recalled because something with the box, you know, allows exposure or something like that, exposure of some sort for bacteria to basically come in and do what they do. So yeah. Yeah, once you try fresh coconut water from the coconut, it's hard to go back to bottled. Very hard. You know, being from the Caribbean, there's no such thing as bottled coconut. Not from what I know. You know, like my dad, he has coconut trees in his yard. So every time I would visit my dad, he would get me some. You know what I was also thinking, you guys? Maybe I should add some white glitter to add sparkles, like to certain parts, certain flowers. Especially if um, the beaded parts are not super sparkly. Especially when I get the ones tomorrow. When I get the beads tomorrow, I'll know more if I should or should not. What do y'all think? The last wedding dress I did, I added silver glitter. And silver glitter was nice. You know, it's more eye-catching because that lady, she really wanted all the sparkles. She was like, bring it on, you know? But for this particular client, like, we don't know who's gonna get this dress. However, you know, if they like it, they'll get it regardless. That's a good idea. Let a little more pop and glare. Yes, a little more razzle dazzle, sprinkle sprinkle. A little more pizzazz. Um, I'm gonna see if Amazon has a good white glitter. The reason why I like to order stuff is just because right now I don't drive and it's just easy for it to just come straight to my door, you know? Hi, Renee. How are you? How are you, Renee? Eek. Hi, hi, hi. Fine, thank you. What about yourself? I am doing very well. Beading a dress currently, as you can tell. I love your curls. Thank you. Hi, good evening. How are you? So these are my curls from my braid out. So for the past 2 days, I had my hair in plaits. And then today I decided, why did I just throw the thread on the floor? I'll vacuum anyway. It's okay. Yes. So today I decided to take it out and be cute. Be extra cutesy for you guys. And the mirror. I'm here to support. I'm going to share your life. Thank you so much for doing that. I really, really appreciate that. Be back, okay? Also want to let you know your live videos is ASMR to my ears. Love to curly hair. Muchas gracias. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate it when you guys are just here talking to me. I appreciate it when you guys like and share and comment, all of it. All of the support I love so much and appreciate so much. Okay. I always feel like my ASMR is not as ASMR, right? As much as other people's, because they be like, here we got some beads. Here I gotta you know, like I feel like my videos be so quiet. I'm like, am I boring to y'all? But then, you know, we also have great conversations, so I'm like, okay, that balances out. And some people be like, hello, welcome to this live. I am beading. Yeah. And some of them be smacking in the camera. I'm like, oh, you know? Um, oh, right here. Okay. I was looking to see where I am, where I left off. gonna open this one right here and close this one. Don't mind me being silly. I'm gonna pull this thread down. So I am doing the, every time I want to touch it, it just goes to the other side. Okay, there we have it. So this is a double thread, of course, but I'm only really beading with one thread. Essentially, this is the only one that stays, right? And the reason why I do that is if something happens, like if I am stitching the wrong thing by accident, then I can, you know, like easily remove it and redo it without having to cut the thread completely and making a new knot and all of that, you know what I mean? But it's still secure because I am double sewing the first one and the last one. On this one, for example, has, it will take 3 beads right here, 4 really. So I will continue with the same thread onto the 4th one, and then the first and the last one I secure. But if I only do one at a time, then I double sew that one and secure it. So essentially all of them are secure, you know. Love your smile, tu sonrisa es muy bella. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, señor. Hashtag sewing. It is sewing, yes. It's also stitching, but I would more so say sewing or beading. Beading because I'm particularly adding beads, you know, to the wedding gown. But it is sewing. Hand sewing right now, to be more specific. So right now I'm ending with a knot, and I'm gonna do a double knot for extra security purposes, 2-step verification purposes. Oops, sorry. I kicked my stand. Hmm. Let's see. Okay, we did a lot. Like a lot. Let me, I'm gonna go right here on this side. So right now I'm going to do the left back. Um, mm, I really shouldn't be drinking over this dress, but okay, we're right here. So now I'm gonna go for the teeny tiny ones right here. I need something that I can just pour the beads on and it will like be like a table hovering over right here. That will make my life easier than just like having to open and close and open, you know. I think when I'm doing the train, I have like this embroidery arm. It's literally right here. My shirt is on it. Like if you've watched my other videos, you guys, then you know what I'm talking about. And it's right next to me. So I think when I'm doing the train, I'll probably use that third arm to kind of keep everything in place for me. I feel like that will maybe help speed up the process too, because I have both hands free while the dress is being held up. You know, right now it's laying down and kind of having to move. If it makes sense. These are so tiny. Right now I have 6. Is it 6? Yeah. Right now I have 6 on here. You really are a pro at this. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's really like the more I do it, you know, the better you get at it. And it's so much fun to me. This is really so relaxing. I can literally do this all day. Oop. Oh, it's stuck right there. I'm like, wait a second. Let me cut it shorter. Okay, and now I'm switching over to these right here. These are my medium sized beads. And I'm doing 4 of these right now. No, it's 5. It's gonna be 5. The really big ones are sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and sometimes 4. But these medium sizes all in this type of flower right here. And it's 5. And like using all these different kinds of beads adds so much dynamic to it, you know? Different textures. Last one. And now I'm going to secure it. And that is now what it looks like. And I'm going to bring this thread down some so that I don't have as much, you know, I don't have to reach as far. Ooh, my phone is on 8%. Okay, when it gets to 5%, I'm gonna go get my charger. Okay, I'm going to do a stem with this one right here again, the small ones, the teeny tiny ones. And right now I'm doing 5 at a time. I'm like adding 4 to 6 at a time. Then I kind of measure where it ends and if I need to add more. And if not, typically not, then I just kind of sew that down, those 4 or 5 at a time down. And then I take another 4 and a 5 and I measure where it needs to go and I sew right where it needs to go again. Basically like repeating that process. And right now we've been sewing 5 different beads to the dress, so we have 5 different textures and looks on here. Okay. And now I'm gonna do one of the big silver ones. Oh, it's at 4%. I said at 5% I was gonna go get my charger. But you know what? I have 15 more minutes to 10. I'm thinking I'm gonna go till 2% and then I'm gonna just get off live because I haven't had dinner yet. I don't need to eat too before I go to bed. Let's see where we at with it. This right here is the silver one. I made some Brussels sprouts, some roasted Brussels sprouts, and also roasted potatoes with, the potatoes are roasted with 2 different bell peppers, like those mini bell peppers. And they're like the potatoes that are like, some of them are like purple, some of them are like yellow, like the tiny ones, the mini ones. And they're so good. I had this particular kind for the first time like 2 days ago, like a pack, and I wanted something quick and easy that didn't require much time making, something I could pop in the oven and is still healthy, you know, because today was unexpectedly like so much work for me, and so I still wanted to come on live instead of spending time cooking. And I'm vegan, so there's no chicken for me. None like that. Seems yummy and fancy. Yes, it's so yummy. I love it. I got it from Whole Foods. No, did I? Yes, I did get those from Whole Foods. I closed it up and I needed to be there. Yes. Oops. long one. Oh, I flicked it out of my hand. Okay, I'm at 2%, so I don't want to like have my battery die on y'all. So let me properly say good night. Good night, you guys. I appreciate y'all as always. Like I always say, I mean it. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Always coming on here and chatting with me. Thank you for enjoying this live, Jalen. I truly did too. Have a great night as well. And I hope to see you in my very next video. I'm gonna do my best to be here tomorrow. But I truly enjoyed this. We're gonna keep beating this. Let's see how many days it'll take for it to be completely to my liking, you know, for me to be completely satisfied and ready to sell it. And then, you know, it really feels like you guys are part of this with me, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.